Man, I suddenly got so tired. Where's my puppy? I might bring him up. Just kidding. I'm too tired. You know what this is kind of making me think of? The time I had a concussion. I was doing assisted handstand push-ups, and I wanted to make the exercise more difficult, so I threw on a backpack, tightened it real tight, and then I put a weight in there. And then I went up to do my push-ups, and then the weight fell on my head. And like, I didn't think it was all that serious at the time. Instead of like immediately going to the hospital, I finished the workout. I just had this weird like feeling in my head. I was like, man, I don't feel great. I had like this weird pressure in my head. That night, I also had raid. So I went to raid, and then I did raid. And then I went to bed. And then I woke up the next day, and I got on the game like nothing. I just noticed I was really, really sleepy. And I told some friends about it, and they were like, dude, go to the fucking hospital. What are you doing? Like, what the hell? What do you mean? You probably have a concussion. It's probably serious. Please go to the hospital. And I was like, fine, okay. So I went, and they were like, yeah, you have a minor concussion. Because I dropped a 10-pound weight on my head. And then for the next month and a half, it was a wild time in my life. The reason I'm thinking of it right now is because I distinctly remember being in this area in the game when it happened. I was in like the bazaar area. I was in this area in the game. And I noticed that like when I was reading dialogue, I couldn't like read properly. And I was really slow. And I was really tired. And then I dozed off. And then I woke up. And I was like, something's not right. So I went to the doctor, and then they were like, yeah, you have a concussion. So, rest. They were like, just rest. You're not allowed to play any games. You're not allowed to be at your computer. You're not really even allowed to watch TV. Unless, especially if it brings on any pain. Oh yeah, you want to know something else funny? After I was done with my workout, I had a cup of coffee. I had a cup of coffee. And then I went to raid. Shit was actually crazy. I did not handle that. Is caffeine bad with a concussion? It's really bad. You're not supposed to have caffeine with her. If you have any head trauma, do not have caffeine. Apparently what it can do is it can emphasize and exhilarate feelings of anxiety. It could also worsen any potential headache you might be having. I don't know, maybe there's some other life where I died. Yeah, I did not handle that correctly. I think the only thing I did correctly that night was lay down and go to bed. You actually are supposed to go to bed. A lot of people think that like it's bad to go to sleep because they're like you won't wake up, but that's not true. If you get a head injury like a concussion or something, at least this is what my doctor told me. My doctor told me that like that's not true. You should be going to bed, because when you receive a head injury or any type of like head trauma, what is it? Your brain is tired as f. It's like it's frazzled trying to repair all the damage. So if you're awake while this is happening, it's not good. You're running on like low batteries, and it's just not good for your head. So it's better to fall asleep and let your brain like work to heal whatever damage. This was years ago, by the way. This is a while ago. Am I better now? I like to think that I am. I haven't had any head injuries since then. But yeah, no, it was terrible, dude. I remember like the first 2 to 3 weeks, I couldn't do anything. Like I think the first like 24 hours was like adrenaline. I was running on pure adrenaline. And then after that, it like went away. My brain was like, no, dude, you gotta stop. I couldn't play anything. I couldn't watch anything. I couldn't sit at my PC without being dizzy. It was really, really bad. I always think about how badly I handled that scenario, and I always wonder, like, where would I be? Sometimes I get a little hypochondriac every now and then, and like I'll think that something, you know, I have like some kind of blood clot in my head that's just waiting to burst, and then I'm just gonna die unexpectedly. Ugh, God. I'm actually feeling it back right, like in the back of my head right now, exactly where I got hit. I'm wondering if it's because I'm reminiscing about it. Like I think I'm hypochondriacing right now. I mean, it's been 2 years. There's no way, like if I was gonna die, I'm pretty sure it already would have happened. So I'm probably fine. You know, I'm a major hypochondriac. I've thought about it several times. I still think about it, and like, phantom pain. It's like phantom pain will just appear in the back of my head, and I'm just like, oh god, is this it? Is it finally happening? I was pretty much just told to not do anything. I couldn't work out. I could barely walk. I couldn't work out. I couldn't play games. I couldn't watch anything. I couldn't be at my computer. I literally couldn't do anything. It was not good. It was really not good. I don't know why I'm getting so tired just thinking about it, dude. I feel so out of it all of a sudden. maybe my brain has trauma associated with Final Fantasy XIV. It might also have to do with anxiety, because I was told I have a predisposition to it. Embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing. Good shit, though. I made it. I survived. That's all that matters. I survived. Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably tell that as like a lore story. Instead of just like telling it as like a real thing that happened. I feel like I could actually convince somebody that I did that in lore. And then like only the people that were here today will know that it's a real true story and not just me adding something to my lore. I wonder who Vantacrow bringer would be if I was dead. No one. There's only one Vanta. You think so? You think so? That's nice. That's nice to hear. But I have done some dumb stuff. Like having coffee after getting into a car accident. You know, stuff like that. Like when you're hopped up on adrenaline and you have like a bunch of anxiety, apparently you're not supposed to drink caffeine. That's just not a good idea. Don't do that, okay? Yeah, I got rear-ended pretty badly. How am I still alive? Guys, I literally had a car accident and I had a concussion. 2 major events in my life. I've never broken a bone, broken an arm. I've never done anything. Those are the only 2 things, okay? I only had 2 things. My life is not exciting, guys. I did 2 things. 2 things.